Hi everybody, this is Heidi with Snappy Tots, and today I'm going to show you how I crocheted this 12-inch block. I designed this as part of a year-long crochet along with Moogly, and there are a whole bunch of different blocks by different designers, and this is mine. But you could also turn this into a pillow, or you could do 3 of them together for a fun little table centerpiece, or whatever you'd like to do. You can also do them in any color that you like. I chose 3 different colors, a light and a dark of the same shade, and then did an accent color. But then I also, just to show you a little bit different thing, you could do your stripes in any color. So what I did is I started with the middle block. See how there's a block inside of a block? And we work back and forth in rows. And on this one, every 2 rows, I changed colors. And then on this one, I, of course, changed it up and did different colors. If you're going to do a couple of them together, you could choose 5 different colors and mix or match how you're going to do your blocks. You could sew them together so the lines all go the same way, or turn them. I thought that would be fun. I also have done a little printout so that I was trying to decide different colors, and when I wanted to do this purple one, I was just playing around with different things. And I actually did this one in my good notes on my iPad with my pencil and just did it that way. But you could print this off, not the colored version, but these plain ones. You could print it off and use colored pencils, however you want to do it, just to kind of plan out what colors. I kind of like to see, where do I want to put the lights and the darks and the colors, or if you wanted to do 6 colors, you could, or maybe you want to do white and do a different color of the rainbow in between. It's whatever you want to do. I think there are lots of different ways you could have a lot of fun with this. I also thought it would be kind of fun to do, like if you did a table runner and did 3 or 5, however long your table is, and then you could do a small applique on each one. So I have a special pack of 12 different appliques, one for each month, that you could make, and I've got some information that I'll put in the description of this video. So let's get started and let's talk about some materials that you'll need. For this project, we are going to use worsted weight yarn. I chose 3 different colors of Caron 1-pound yarn, but any worsted weight would be great. You will need 125 to 150 yards total. That's divided over your 3 different yarn colors. And you're going to need a J crochet hook, 6mm crochet hook, and then a yarn needle for weaving in our ends. And you'll also want some scissors and probably a ruler. I'm just using the lighter shade, and I'm going to chain 30. Throughout this project, there are going to be lots of places where we're just going to keep repeating the same things. And so for that reason, I'm going to jump ahead, and there will be time markers in the description so that you can go to the next spot if you want. So you'll just want to pause the video, finish the part that you're on, and then join back in. Now that I have chained 30, I am going to work a half double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook and in each chain across. So just 1 half double crochet in each chain. You'll notice at the beginning of the next row it says to chain 2, turn, and work a half double crochet in the same stitch. You can do that, or if you prefer to just chain 1 when working half double crochet, you can do that instead. I'm going to work a half double crochet in that first stitch, and then a half double crochet in the next stitch. And then we're going to start our repeated section. So I'm going to skip 2 and work 3 half double crochet in the next stitch. I'm going to repeat that across. I'm going to skip 2 and work 3 half double crochet in the next stitch. And you're just going to keep repeating that across this row until you have 2 stitches left. At the end of this row, you're going to work 1 half double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. And then we're going to be ready to change color to the darker shade if you're going to be working the same stripe sequence that I did. When I change colors in this piece, I didn't cut each yarn each time because I didn't want to have to weave in all those tails. And since I'm doing 2 rows of each color, I'm going out and back, and then I would drop my yarn tail and pick up the new color and do the same. If you're doing an odd number of rows, you would have to cut the yarn because you won't be coming back on the same side. With this new color, I'm going to chain and turn my piece and then work a half double crochet in the same stitch and half double crochet in the next stitch. And then this starts a pattern that we're going to be doing for each row across. I'm going to work 3 half double crochet in the first space between the clusters of the previous row. So it won't be in a stitch. I'm actually going to drop down just a little bit and work in that space. So I'm going to continue to do that across this row, working 3 half double crochet in each space until I get to the end, and I should have 2 stitches left. After I work 3 half double crochet in the last space, I'm going to work 1 half double crochet in each of the 2 stitches that are remaining. And this will finish row number 3. I'm going to chain 1 or 2, whatever you've been doing, and turn my piece and then work a half double crochet in the same stitch, a half double crochet in the next stitch, and then the same thing that I've been doing on the row before. I'm going to work 3 half double crochet in the space between the clusters. I'm sorry that in this part of the video you can't see the spaces better because of the angle. The inner block is almost complete. We just have one more round to go around the outside of the block. So at this point, you need to decide. I did a round of the darker shade around the outside of my block, and then I chose a contrasting color to do the next round. If you're going to use one of the strands you've already been using, you can cut the other one. So in this case, I'm going to cut my lighter one. I'm going to leave about 6 inches so that I can weave the yarn tail in later. And I'm going to start using my darker shade. I'm going to work around the outside of our square. So I'm going to chain 1 and turn my piece. And then work 3 single crochet in that first stitch. Notice that now we're working single crochet instead of half double crochet. I'm going to work over both of my yarn tails for a couple of stitches just to secure them and keep them from getting really loose. And then afterwards I will weave in all of the yarn tails. So I'm going to do 3 in that same stitch. Then I'm going to skip a stitch and I'm going to work 1 single crochet in each of the next 24 stitches. When I get to the end of this row and I have 2 stitches left, I'm going to skip 1 stitch and then I'm going to work 3 single crochet in that last stitch. Now we're going to pivot the piece a little bit so that we can work down the edge of the block. And I'm going to work 24 stitches, single crochet stitches, evenly across the edge. And to do that, I'm going to fold the piece to find the center. And I'm going to make sure that I work 12 single crochet in the first half and 12 in the second. You can even divide it more if you want so that you can get those evenly spaced. And then just work across that row. When I get to the end and I've made sure I have 24 stitches on this side, I'm going to work 3 single crochet in that first stitch. And then I'm just going to repeat the first 2 sides that I have already done. I'll do 3 single crochet in this stitch, skip 1 single crochet in each of the next 24 stitches, and so on, until I have finished step number 8 in our pattern. On this last side, remember that we need to work over the loose yarns from carrying the yarn up the side. This will hide it really nicely. Just make sure that you are going over all of the yarns as you work your stitches. At the end of this row, we're going to join with a slip stitch, and we're going to finish off this yarn and get ready for the next round, which is going to be that contrasting round. So on this block, I switched to a pink. On my first one, I switched to a purple. I just like the different contrast. So you can kind of take a look and decide which color do you want to use for your next one. And we're going to start with that. At this point, you will want to take a ruler and measure across your block and make sure that you are close to 9.5 inches each side. If you're close, you adjust that with some blocking. Plus, if you're ending up a little bit short, we can add an extra round at the end. For step number 9, we're going to pull up a loop of our new color, and we're going to chain 2, and this will count as our first stitch on this round. In the same space, we're going to do 1 half double crochet, chain 2, and 2 half double crochet, and that is all in this corner stitch. I like to pull my yarn tails a little snug right here to make sure that the stitches are all nice and neat. Then I'm going to skip 2, and I'm going to work 3 half double crochet in the next stitch. This is where we're going to create those granny clusters again. So our repeat across this edge is 3 half double crochet in the stitch, and then I'm skipping 2 and 3 half double crochet in the next stitch and skip 2, and just keep repeating across this side. When you get to the corner space, we're going to work 2 half double crochet, chain 2, 2 half double crochet in that corner space. keep repeating around the outer edge of this round. You're going to skip 2, work 3 half double crochet in the next stitch, skip 2, and keep working across the edge. Then you'll work another corner and just keep going. And you'll end with a slip stitch in the first stitch at the end. Then you're going to want to finish off the yarn and change to a new color. We are ready for step number 11. For this one, I went back to the darker shade again. You can use any color you'd like. And we're going to slip stitch in the corner space of any of the corners. We're going to chain 2, and just like the previous round, this is going to count as a stitch. In the same space, we're going to work 2 half double crochet this time, chain 2, and 3 half double crochet, all in this corner. After the corner, we're going to work into that first space. We're going to do 3 half double crochet. And we're going to keep repeating that across this row. 3 half double crochet in each space between the clusters of the previous row. In the next corner space, we're going to work 3 half double crochet, chain 2, and 3 half double crochet. And then we're just going to keep repeating these steps around the outside edge of this square until we're back to the beginning again. Slip stitch to join and finish off this round. And now our block should be getting really close to 12 inches. Should be right at about 11.5 from side to side. So I'm going to slip stitch in any corner stitch and pull up the lighter shade. I'm going to chain 1 and work 4 single crochet in that same space. For this round, it's going to be a little different. We're going to work some stitches in a stitch and some in a space. After the corner, I'm going to work 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. I'm going to work 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So 1 single crochet and another single crochet, and then a single crochet in the space. I'm going to keep repeating that across and have 4 single crochets in the corner. And keep repeating that around the outer edge of my block. At the end of this round, you're going to slip stitch to join and then finish off this yarn. Measure your block and make sure that it's close to 12 inches. Mine's just a little short, but when I block my block, I can make it be nice and square. If you are a lot shorter, you can add that extra round if needed. And then if you wanted, you could match up those outer edges and sew several blocks together or join it with other blocks from the Moogly crochet along. I would love to see what you make from this. I hope you will share pictures and tag hashtag Snappy Tots in your posts so that I can see them too. If you've enjoyed this, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out more videos and I would love for you to crochet with me. Thanks.